Hello, friends and followers. So, excuse my voice. I've had the flu for 7 days and it's exiting my body. This is the first day I've been able to do anything constructive, but I still can't talk very well. It's left me with a bad cough. The cough, luckily, doesn't come around a lot, but when it does, I'm like choking. Anyway, so this is the cable I'm making for David in Massachusetts, and this is the end that goes into the HP23A power supply. So when you make these cables, you want to make sure there's strain relief, and the supplier of these parts has these little shell things which you clip on, but I think it needs a little more diameter. So to solve that, you can get heat shrink, and I did order this heat shrink from Amazon a few years ago. I still have a lot of it left, and I tend to use it up here and there on projects, but you just get a soldering iron for heat shrink, and you can just put the soldering iron near the heat shrink, and that will basically cause it to contract and hopefully grip to your project. So that's what I'm doing here to show you how to do that. And if all that goes well, you'll find this will be unable to turn, and that will cause your cable not to be exercising these joints in here and breaking things. So you want this cable to be pretty much attached to the case and not be relying on any wiring inside here, which will break it. So it's important to get this done right. All right, and once that's done, you can check the cable for any rotation, or the heat shrink. Just see, yeah, it's on pretty good. I mean, this will clamp anyway, so it doesn't matter. I think, okay, now, this little shell, these things are well done. Wherever this guy gets his stuff, I don't know if he gets new old stock, but these are really well done. Who makes these anyway? Okay, this must be new old stock from something he has, but gee, this is good stuff. So these are covers for these tube sockets, and this one will simply go on as it does. This one has to go into a little nub there, so this little nub has to go inside that, and that's all we need to know. So put that on like that. Whoops. Yeah, that's good. It clicked in there, and make sure it won't turn anymore. There, it clicks in. If that's not done, you're kind of in trouble. There, yeah, and look how it's flush. So you want to make sure it's flush like that with these. Okay, then just turn it over and don't disturb it. That wire, we don't care about it. Just tuck it in here somewhere. All right, and now we're good to put the other side on, if I can find it. Here it is. Just clip this on here. And that should also go pretty flush, which it does. Cable seems good. Now it's time to put the screws into it and finish it. Finish the end for the HP23 power supply. Anyway. And this just is always a good feeling when you're buttoning these up and you're done. It's just like, making cables is very tedious. Especially the ones with the pins, because it just is tedious. Take my word for it. Okay, make sure that this is all flush here. It looks flush. Well, that doesn't. Let's see. Oh, it's flush. And put the screws in it. See how it turns out. And give these a little, not too tight, but yeah, it'll tighten up. And this gap should close, so close the gap with those screws. Close that gap. There it is. And then check it again. Gap is gone. little gap there, but you want this thing to be pushing on this heat shrink. So that gap's okay. That means we have tension there, which this wire should not turn or move or budge, and it doesn't. So that's what you want. That means this is going to be a darn good cable in service. A little more tight there, because these will equal out. Okay, that one's darn tight. This one a little more. There. So if I've wired this right, this shouldn't have to come apart again. And this would be good to go for the the HP23 power supply. So what do you think about that wound on my finger? I actually stabbed myself with this screwdriver. And I was trying to get this stupid computer open. A little Think Pro computer, and I was trying to wedge open it. Boom, it puncture wounded me. So when you get a puncture wound from a screwdriver, I mean, I don't think it needs a stitch. It's too small. I just basically immediately put some antiseptic on it, and I put a bandage on it. And I kept the bandage on for like 5 days. And a couple of days ago, I clipped off some skin. It was still there, and it looks like it healed pretty good. So there's probably going to be some scar tissue there that's going to show the rest of my life. But that's what happens when you don't pay attention. Or you're doing stupid things. I did put a hole in my other finger once with a screwdriver. Okay, well that's it. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're going to build a cable, think about the string relief. Okay, have a nice day.